So here it is, lifted on Bilstein 5100 shocks. I got the front one set in the second clip up, which is like 0.86 inches of lift. And the rear, I did a 1-inch shackle. So the front on this sits a little higher than it would on a V6 because it's a 2.7, so it's pretty lightweight in the front end, so it sits a little higher. Probably sits like I would say a V6 probably on the third clip up sits about like this does on the second, probably roughly. So that's where I have it right now until I do upper control arms and lower ball joints and everything I'm doing to the front end yet. I'm gonna do solo motorsports double shear upper control arm kit, solo motorsports upper control arms, and I'm going to do the heavy duty cam tab kit down at the bottom here, and probably different bump stops and maybe limit straps front and rear. The back, I'm keeping the stock leaf springs for now. I'm going to relocate the rear upper shock mounts up a little bit because the 5100s are super long. It's got tons of down travel right now. I got a fabricated heavy duty like 1-inch shackle for the back, and it lifted it probably a solid inch, I would say, at least. So when I do the front, I'm going to move it up one more clip probably just to get the front up a little bit. But when this thing's all loaded down with all my landscaping stuff, it sits pretty much perfectly level now. But I'd rather have the front just a hair higher than that. So I'll show you the 5100s on here. That's how they look. I used the stock springs and the stock top hat things, and I just bought a $100 spring compressor off of Amazon. And I figured instead of buying them, buying them like, you know, fully assembled for like a few $100s more, I was like, I'm just gonna buy a spring compressor and just assemble them myself. It was easy and it wasn't hard at all to do. So if you want to just do that with yours or whatever, it'd be pretty easy to do that. The frame is all painted and stuff. That body mount there had a little rust right there, just right in that whole area right there. I'm gonna cut that straight off and like that, clean that up. But the frame is pretty nice on this thing. The floor's all painted. It's pretty dirty right now, but I use that Eastwood internal coating in the inside of the frame everywhere. There's the Bilstein shocks, and then here's the shackle. But I see how that hitch is like crusty looking. I want to get that thing off of there, and I'm probably gonna end up putting it between the frame rails. The wheel wells in the bed are a little rusty, but I'm gonna get plugs, these plastic plugs I'll show you, like in the front here. They're off of second gen. You can order them, they're OEM. So I'm gonna do those right there. I'm gonna do one of them in each front wheel well, like where that one's at, and then I'm gonna do both rear ones on both sides where that one I was just showing you was, for the winter, so no salt gets in there, and then I'll take them out when I wash it. But first I'll fluid film it all in there really good, and then I'll put them in there so the frame will have a ton of fluid film in it, and then I'll cap it off so no salt chunks get in there. But since the last time I got this a Toto head unit here. It's a 7-inch with Apple CarPlay. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty nice, actually. I don't know what it'll do if I turn it on right now with the video recording, but I'll try it. It's Apple CarPlay. It's pretty nice, actually. Like the quality of it and stuff like that. I mean, you touch something, you know, it goes right to it. It's pretty responsive, actually, and stuff like that. I don't think it's gonna pair to it right now while I'm on this video, but I'm making a video. So I got also these floor mats, which are on Amazon. They're like expensive, but they fit pretty nice. They're pretty nice floor mats. I don't remember what brand they are, but they're like $79 or something. But they fit in the factory hook. They fit perfect. They even go up there where the like pedal, or the like places to put your foot there. They even cover that area. They're nice, and you take them out, wash them. They haven't changed any color or anything lately. since I had them, I've been power washing them, degreasing them since we do landscaping. Sometimes get into poison, and I like to clean this thing. This thing's dirty, needs vacuumed out. But I just sat in the passenger seat the other day for the first time, and my sister was driving it, and I was like, man, that seat's like really comfortable compared to this one. This one's blown out pretty bad, so I want to do something about that. Headliner's still mint. I'm getting a Molly panel to go in the back of the seat here that holds AR-15 and some mags and then a medical kit, stuff like that. I think that'll be cool for, since it's an extra cab, the space back there isn't very exciting. It's pretty small back there, and the doors don't open like the second gens do, and the third gen extra, I think they're called access cabs instead of just extra cabs, because you can access the back seat with a door. So here's the motor. I got NGK wires and plugs since the last video, and I put the shroud back on finally. The next thing I'm going to do under here though, under here is the aluminum high clearance radiator, where it doesn't stick down like this one because that's sketchy for one, and for two, I'm pretty sure this radiator is original, so I don't like how it hangs down that low. Go off road or something, you're gonna break that thing quick and easy, and then you're screwed. So I'm gonna get one that goes up level with the frame rails or slightly above it. The high clearance ones they make, I got all new hoses, clamps, brand new OEM radiator, water pump, all that stuff. So all the hoses then, these heater core hoses, that valve, all that stuff's brand new. So every hose, clamp, everything in the whole cooling system, that'll be brand new. And the head on this thing's redone, it's decked, raised the compression just slightly. It's enough that I have to run at least 89 octane in it now, which kind of sucks because I wanted to make this thing as cheap to drive as possible, but it has pre-detonation rattle with 87 when it's 100 degrees outside, so I'd have to run at least 89 in it now, I guess, because I raised the compression ratio a little bit by decking the head, having the machine shop deck the head. So it is what it is. It runs good though, so I guess it was worth it. I have another head actually in the garage sitting in there that I might eventually get redone for it one day, just to have a spare. It's right here. It's actually off the motor that was in it. I was thinking about cleaning that head up, having that decked a little bit slightly, and getting that all ready to have for replacement head for this motor eventually. I actually have another whole 3RZ FE back there that I could rebuild if I wanted to, but not sure direction I want to go with the motor in this thing yet. Someday when I'm done using it for landscaping, I might do something cool with it, like turboed or something. But I want to do a TRD off-road E-locker rear, and then put a push button in there where I can turn it on whenever. But the next thing that's going to happen here with this, I forgot to show you, but these Solo Motorsports plates in here. I got these Solo Motorsport plate kit right here, and got a whole box of flap discs to do the job. But basically, like these plates to box the frame in, it's going to be nice. It's a full kit. And then I got these bump stops, which are different heights. They're two different height bump stops, but they're for a Denali or like a Suburban or Tahoe, I think, or something like that, and or Silverado, Tahoes, all that stuff in the back. But I'm gonna make those work on here, and then I'm gonna make a landing pad for them and use them for the rear suspension to get it bump stopped right, so I'm not slamming the shocks down anymore. I'm gonna do them Solo Motorsports plates to pull the bed off, and I'm gonna clean the frame really good this time. I'm gonna pull the hitch off, the back bumper off, clean all that up, clean all the frame, and I might move the bumper up, which is about what I was gonna say before I went back in there. I was gonna move the bumper up possibly, and I might put the hitch right here, and then relocate the tag to like on hinges or something probably. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but I was looking into doing that. I want to do a tube bumper with an integrated hitch that's high clearance, and then cut the bed off right here like that. So the that's how I'm gonna do that. But that's what it looks like right now. They're 30.5-inch factory 3rd gen TRD off-road tires and wheels. That's the tires they came with. I got them, and the tires I think had like a couple thousand miles on them. But I'm gonna move that clip up then, do all that stuff I was saying in the front. The back, like I said, box it all in, get it bump stopped right, and build a way to bump stop it right, and then clean up the rear end with that bumper situation. And then the only other thing I really want to do to it, besides the E-locker rear and stuff then, is just a tube high clearance bumper with like an angled skid on the front. But I want to do something real simple, real low profile, and very lightweight. Whole thing with this truck is, if I take something off of it, I want to put something on that's stronger, better looking, better clearance, and lighter, not heavier. So the front bumper might be tricky, but the back bumper could be tricky too. But I'm not making it a lot heavier. If it's a little heavier, it won't be that bad. But I'm not going to put a big heavy, you know, big time like sticking out far winch bumper that weighs 1,000,000 pounds on this little 4-cylinder truck. I have that aluminum trailer down there and pull the 0-turn push mower. I even put my Harley on the trailer sometimes and take it places with it. But I mean, it pulls it fine. It's just, I'm not adding any extra weight to it because it already has like 150 horsepower and it needs like 300. So I'm used to driving like stuff like this. And like even my 3rd gen Tacoma rips, it's tuned and it runs really good compared to this 2.7's like super slow. But it'll do 100 down the highway. It just takes a while to get there, but it'll cruise like 80 all day long pretty much, unless you're going up a huge hill. But it's not terrible. It's just, it's a pretty low power truck though. And in today's standards, back in 98, it was probably like not that bad because every car back then wasn't like some turbo hybrid car that pulls out and does 0 to 20 miles an hour in like 1 second everywhere. So this thing now is like super underpowered versus most of the cars you're around on the road. But you just have to be a little more patient, and other people have to learn how to be a little more patient. They're always in a hurry to go nowhere. So it is what it is, but I don't really mind it. It's not bad. I drive it, like I said, 3,000 miles a month pretty much. So I put the miles on it. I wouldn't mind getting that seat fixed or a different seat there, just because that would be more comfortable for sure. But that's pretty much my update on here. And once I get the bed off, plate all that in, paint it all, I got tons of Eastwood stuff here for it. Like, this thing's gonna be nice. The frame's already nice everywhere but from the cab back. I didn't do yet. I got the internal frame coating. I got 2 cans of the chassis black, and then I got a bunch of fluid film, and I have the long hoses and everything for the kit. I have the fluid film, long hose kit. I got everything to get everything into where it needs to be. So I'll probably paint it all, get it all nice now, and then right before it starts to get cold out, I'll fluid film it. I'll probably put like 3 or 4 cans in the frame and in every little nook and cranny, and then I'll cap it off with them OEM caps. I got to order 3 more. I just ordered that one to see if it would fit. So if you look on eBay and just look up, them caps are for a 2nd gen 05 to 15. I don't know if they're the same as a 3rd gen or not. Mine already had caps in it because I took it to get that dealership rust proofing done, where they cavity waxed the full inside of the frame and then they plugged off a bunch of spots on it. But anyway, that is the update so far on this thing. Oh, and I got it inspected, and I put a MagnaFlow cat on it, brand new. Got the check engine light off finally for good, and it's all there, and it's a lot quieter now. Also had to cut the exhaust, if you probably saw, because with the shackles on these things, you can't, you got to cut the exhaust right like that's where I cut it. It's whatever, I don't really care. It's so quiet, doesn't even matter. It doesn't have any fumes either. It's like, smells about like a newer Honda Civic running or something now that has a cat. The whole time I was like, I thought it had to have a sensor issue, because I was like, this cat looks way too nice, you know. It can't be that old. Look at it, can't be that old. Well, it's completely hollowed out, so that's why it had a freaking catalytic converter code. And there's the shocks that were on it. Junk. Rides so much better now. It actually feels like a Tacoma now. It's not like as good as my 3rd gen with the Fox 2.5 internal bypasses, but I mean, they're like $5,000 shocks new, so this truck, I don't even have it that much into the whole truck, so it's a pretty good truck, pretty nice truck. I like it. We're gonna see here how it'll get, and then I'm gonna off-road it a little bit. I never really off-roaded one of these that much. I had a 93 Toyota pickup, regular cab 5-speed that I off-roaded a little bit, and it was stock, and that thing was pretty cool. And this is pretty similar, so we'll see. I think it's gonna go and do all right once I get the locked rear net. I want it to be like a capable but kind of sleeper build too, you know, and still be not compromising. If anything, make it ride better as a daily driver, not worse, and get just as good a gas mileage. Like these wheels and tires didn't even really hurt the gas mileage much because the old ones were steel and 28s. These are aluminum with 30.5, so the weight difference and the height difference didn't even really affect it. So that's the goal with this thing, is to keep it lightweight and still getting decent gas mileage so it's practical to use. Because on the highway, it'll still get over 20 miles a gallon on a road trip, so that's pretty good for a little truck. It's not that great though, because the 3rd gen's way bigger and it literally gets like the same miles per gallon as this thing, which is pretty crazy. But that's just the difference, I guess, in technology. Direct injection V6 with it's tuned, and it has like almost 33-inch all-terrains on it, versus this with 30.5-inch all-terrains on it with just a normal 4-cylinder automatic. I think if this was a 5-speed, it would probably get a lot better gas mileage, and that might be something I do in the future. I might just end up doing a 5-speed swap to it, and that's it, because it would be probably pretty sweet with a 5-speed, I think. But that's it for this video. It's getting pretty long. I will do another update on this once I get the rear end all done, and then after that, it'll probably be bumpers and a rear axle with a locker and some stuff in the front here coming in the next couple months probably. Everything for the front's like pretty expensive though on these, which kind of sucks. There's really no good like budget stuff for these, like a Cherokee I can build for super cheap. These things, there's like no cheap parts. It's either cheap junk or like really good. There's like no really middle ground with that stuff. But that's Tacoma's, I guess.